remain closed to vehicular and pedestrian traffic. Part of that curfew is to make sure we do what we can do, that nobody's out there near the waters when the sun goes down. Last night we had the curfew in place. It was successful. There were no arrests. So to those in the city of Burlington, thank you very much. That makes our job a lot easier. Wisconsin Energy's update. When the storm hit, originally 25,000 customers in Burlington and the surrounding areas were without power. This morning, between Burlington and Waterford, it was at 6,000. As of right now, we are down to 4,000 customers without power in this area. Their target restoration is tomorrow, approximately noon. But be prepared for longer. We in law enforcement, we in fire services, always prepare for the worst case scenario. If you're affected by power outages, don't rely on the fact that you may have been told that power may be turned on tomorrow. It may, but let's plan, because it might not be there. They brought in some portable equipment, and they're working around the clock to get it up and running. Last topic I'd like to touch upon is we've had numerous calls, people seeking, people asking to volunteer. Right now the city is investigating how and if to make that happen. For anybody who wants to volunteer in the meantime, the best thing you can do is check on your friends, your family, your neighbors, and recheck your friends, your family, and neighbors. That's the number one thing I can ask any volunteer to do.
Cleanup sites. The locations are Gateway Technical College, located at 496 McKenna Parkway in the city of Burlington, and Gooseberry's Grocery at 690 West State Street in the city of Burlington. Today's hours are 1 to 7, tomorrow from 9 until 4, and Saturday from 9 until 12. Residents who would like to receive additional information about community services should contact Community Impact 211. The Health Department also advises extreme caution regarding food and well water safety. Please note, though, that municipal water is safe for drinking. People affected by flooding and power outages should go to the Central Racine County Health Department website, which is located at www.crchd.com. That's www.crhd.com. And you can find information regarding flood cleanup, food safety, and well safety information. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Alan Babe, Fire Chief for the City of Burlington. First off, I want to thank the media for helping get our message out. And that primary message right now is safety first. Safety first for our residents, safety first for our first responders. So I appreciate you coming out and helping us deliver that message. The City of Burlington Fire Department activated the mutual aid box alarm system on Wednesday when the storms hit early in the morning. A significant amount of rainfall, as we're all aware of. We also brought in swift water rescue teams from Wisconsin and Illinois to be proactive in the event that what we saw happening throughout the day with the Fox River and with the dam. We wanted to make sure that we were ready in case something tragic happened. And like Chief Anderson reported, we had so far we've had no tragedies. So we are certainly very thankful for that. Additional fire and resources are right now being deployed and have been deployed both on the south end of the city and the north end because of the divide, because of our safety factor that we were concerned with the 4 bridges that we had out. So we wanted to be able to deploy resources quickly, and we are going to continue to do that during what we refer to as a 12-hour operational period. We're going to probably be set up that way for the next 5 to 6 days. We'll see how things go here in the next several, but I would anticipate that's going to be 5 to 6 days. Currently, we have our Emergency Operations Center activated at City Firehouse at 165 West Washington Street. We've been using resources from Wisconsin Emergency Management. The management team is in place, so we're going to have 24/7 personnel and coverage throughout the duration of this incident. I want to tell everybody and tell our citizens that the recovery period is going to be coming here now. We're starting to go into that mode, so that's going to take patience. It's going to take time. We're relying, like Chief Anderson said, to get support from Lee Energies, but no deadline is going to be prevalent in case we run into some challenges. So the recovery period for our residents, please be patient. We've got the resources in place should you need the help, and I ask that of everybody. Donation management, right now, if you want to make donations to the recovery effort, that's going to be done at the BMO Harris Bank or any BMO Harris Bank within southeastern Wisconsin. Cash donations. We really do not want any items of clothes, jackets, that type of items brought into any type of city building. Cash donations only. We would appreciate that. Debris management is going to be our next focus. We're going to work hard to get some information out on the city website and the Facebook page as to how we're going to manage that. So please take notice when those information is put out on those websites. Info on the Burlington flood account, again, BMO Harris Bank, if you want to do cash donations. And at this time, I would like to introduce Captain Joe Trovato from the Wisconsin National Guard. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Captain Joe Trovato. I'm with the Wisconsin National Guard, spokesperson for them. I just wanted to update you guys on the Wisconsin National Guard's operations here today. As you all are aware, Governor Walker declared a state of emergency, which authorizes the Adjutant General to call National Guard forces to assist with recovery efforts as deemed necessary. And we've got approximately 85 Wisconsin National Guard soldiers that are participating in this response. And right now they're primarily focused on manning traffic control points throughout the city of Burlington, and specifically at the bridges and where there's water that's making the routes impassable. And we are also conducting health and welfare checks at apartment complexes and residences that have been identified by the incident commander. As of about 4 o'clock this afternoon, we had conducted approximately 120 health and welfare checks, knocked on 120 doors, and we're just checking in and making sure that those people are in good condition, that they don't need anything, and if they do, then we can relay that back to the incident commanders. I want to reiterate that the Wisconsin National Guard stands ready to assist the incident commander, however they deem necessary, and we will be here as long as the incident commander requires us. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Jeannie Hefty, and I'm Mayor of the City of Burlington. We entered the second day of this now. Yesterday, I was very nervous, I have to say, to see how all this was going to turn out. And today, after the first meeting that we had this morning of our debriefing, and the amount of agencies that we had in that room that is helping my outstanding staff in the city get through this. And that's because the county gave us so much help, the state is giving us so much help. And Speaker Paul Ryan is coming in tonight, and you can see where all this help is really making the forward move that we are doing with such devastation. I have to say, when I contacted the governor, I feel that bringing the Guard down here is also giving reassurance to our citizens that they are also safe. And I want to thank you also for being here to get the word out.
My question is there any one area that you're keeping the power off in or won't be turning it back on because it's unsafe to turn it back on? I don't know if you can answer that. The police chief or the fire chief can tell me.
No, right now
Can you
we
step up
had
to the mic, please?
Wisconsin Electric is faced with two big challenges. There's two transfer stations. One is that's located in the Chocolate Fest grounds, as we refer to it, and another one over by our old wastewater treatment plant. And those transfer stations basically take the high transmission lines and bring them in and then produce that power out of there through switches and other electronical equipment in there. Those were both severely damaged yesterday. So they're bringing in temporary transfer devices to be able to restore power, but it's a big challenge for We Energies right now. A lot of manpower, labor hours it's going to take to get those up and running.
So will it be safe to turn the power back on to like people who live along the Fox, and are you going to this?
All right, so what we're trying to do is identify along those areas of the Fox where we might have questions, and also get our building inspector involved if need be. We Energies has a policy to be able to handle that. If they feel there's going to be any type of jeopardy, they're going to be knocking on doors, making sure that those basements have been pumped out if they were needed to be pumped out before electricity is going to be restored. You know, the other thing we need to be cautious about is if we have basements that have been flooded, and with the hydraulic pressure from the area around a home, we don't want to have basements getting pumped out, and then you have all this hydraulic pressure wanting to push in on the basement walls, and then we have basement walls collapsing. So we got to let things kind of go down gradually, take a big deep breath, and we'll get power restored to those that need it.
So for the people who live along there, are they still in their homes? Have you guys taken them out overnight?
We've only, to my knowledge, taken one person out, and that was yesterday afternoon.
So people are safe to be in their homes there?
That is correct.
And how are you guys going to be reopening the roads and the bridges?
Well, again, we want to make sure that we have the water subsiding the way it should, and then we're going to take a good gander through our DPW department at what is the road condition. Do we have erosion on the shoulder? Is there anything else that would prohibit us from opening up those roads?
And what is the situation right now? It looks like this road, 36 behind us, you're letting
Milwaukee
people
Avenue
in.
right now is a challenge because of the water that is over it. Chief Anderson, I'll let you answer who we're letting through and who we are not letting through.
Sure. We obviously are letting in equipment that's needed by We Energies, but because of the way the river has overflowed, we left a big island of homes that people cannot get to from the south. The only way they can get to their homes is through what's going on behind us, through the standing water. That's the only way they can get to their homes.
Roughly how many homes?
I can get you that number. I do not have that number.
When do you hope to have, a clearer picture of the overall damage that's been done to the city of Burlington in terms of financial damage or just overall percentage of how
Sure.
much has been covered with water?
We actually have been starting that process already. As I mentioned earlier at this morning's conference, we've got several feet of water in the Burlington Police Department basement, and all of our technology is down because of that. And it's easy to estimate a damage with that because I know all of that is a total loss. But for a lot of other people, a lot of other businesses, not until that water goes down in their basement and they can start to assess that damage, maybe with help of their insurance companies, both with the city of Burlington and individual homeowners and businesses of Burlington, that we can really start to understand the amount of damage we're looking at here.
Chief, can you articulate the top 3 priorities right now for emergency management here?
The number one priority is safety. And we are taking different approaches to ensure that safety. The first, which we have always talked about here, was the closure of those bridges to ensure best we can pedestrian safety, vehicular safety. With the help of the National Guard, we have been going to apartment complexes along the Fox River, knocking on those doors, assisting the elderly who might need oxygen, who might need additional medication, helping them get those things. and asking people, or in better we're probably going to enact it tomorrow as well.
Chief, obviously you're not a giant department, and the fire department isn't a giant department. How are you guys doing? How are you making it through? I'm sure there are people whose homes are flooded.
I'm going to praise us first here, because the City of Burlington Fire Department, the City of Burlington Police Department are both minimally staffed, but we are excellently trained. Now that I can turn that page, the amount of support we have received from local jurisdictions, such as the Racine County Sheriff's Department and the different fire agencies in the area, to a bigger scope from those agencies that are far from us, those state agencies, have all come down physically and said, what can we do for you? Let's pull up a chair and make a plan for how to get through this tragedy for the City of Burlington. So we're great, we rock. But all those other jurisdictions that are coming out, man, this is outstanding.
Are there guys working who have flooded homes, and are you working with a flooded home?
Yes.
Is your basement flooded?
Yes. Nowhere as bad as probably most people have, but it's one of the benefits of working 20-hour days. Is my wife was at Menards picking up a whole lot of rock, picking up a whole lot of stuff to shore up the south end of her home, because water was flooding in.
What do you tell people?
We are always concerned about the dam. There has been some evaluations done on the dam earlier today. I'm pretty happy with what they have told me about the dam. But yeah, we are keeping a watchful eye on that dam, because I didn't think we'd have this past weekend.
I don't know if anybody can answer this question. I understand the post office is flooded. Is there no mail going out? Is that going to keep happening?
I do not have any information about that. I can find it and try to update you next time I talk to you.
Yeah, if residents do need mail or medication or something that's been mailed in, is there somewhere they can go to get it?
I'll do what I can to find out.
Also, what can you tell people about that are concerned about health issues when going to clean up their drying out basements and things like that?
Sure. I think as we all start to recover from this, call your insurance agent. I think they're going to have the knowledge, the expertise to talk you through this as a homeowner. If you have no more questions, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for giving us this platform.
Thanks for coming.
Hello. Good.
Oh, is everything okay? Is your home okay?
Yeah, my home's good.
Okay.